very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be with you this afternoon, and it's particularly great to welcome to this great town Ben Habib and Kate Hoey. Both have been stalwarts beyond description in this fight for the very existence of this part of the United Kingdom. And I want particularly to salute the contribution of our adopted Ulsterman, Ben Habib. Ben Habib has done more in this fight than many of our homegrown unionist politicians, to their shame.
Surprise me!
And indeed, some who should be here today have done less than Ben Habib to fight this protocol. And why do we need to fight the protocol? Very simply, if you are a unionist, if you believe in the union, then how could any of us ever bear the fact that under this protocol, Great Britain, that other part of this kingdom, is decreed to be a foreign country? Think about that. A united kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, by the protocol, is now the disunited kingdom, where Great Britain is decreed to be a third or a foreign country. And therefore, when you bring goods under the protocol from Great Britain to Northern Ireland, they are subject through the shameful posts to checks. They are subject to the same checks as if those goods were coming from Bolivia, never mind Britain. How can that be compatible, ladies and gentlemen, with us supposed to be an integral part of the United Kingdom? Of course it's incompatible, and that is what no unionist can rest until that is removed. Because if we are a United Kingdom, then there are no circumstances in which any of us can tolerate Great Britain, the other part of this kingdom, being treated as a foreign country. And therefore, never forget this. What do customs checks signify? They signify that you're moving goods from one sovereign territory to another. You're moving goods from where the British writ runs to where the EU writ runs. You're moving goods from a Great Britain governed by the United Kingdom to a Northern Ireland whose trade rules are made not in Belfast, not in London, but in a foreign place. You're moving goods from our own country to what they've decreed is now a part just of the island of Ireland, where it's the EU's writ that runs. And the constitutional significance of that is immense, because it is saying that it is no longer, when it comes to our economy, when it comes to our trade, the British writ that runs. It's the foreign writ of the EU, because we have been placed in a foreign single market for goods, under a foreign customs code, subject to a foreign VAT regime, and all the laws that go with it. Laws we don't make, laws we cannot change. And that is something unconscionable and unbearable for anyone who calls themselves a unionist. And if there are some unionists, if there is a unionist leader who doesn't get that, who doesn't understand the constitutional peril of the protocol, then those unionists and that leader is wholly deluded. So what do we do about it, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we must use the leverage that we have. We must bring the mendacious Prime Minister who put this iniquitous protocol upon us to the point where he has to make a choice. And the leverage we have is to make the Prime Minister choose. Prime Minister, do you want to save the protocol or do you want to save Stormont? Because you can't have both. And the reason I say you can't have both is very simple. The price of Stormont now through the puts posts is to implement the protocol. And therefore, if that is the price, it's a price no unionist can pay or ever should have paid. And what is required is a bit of backbone within unionism and its leadership to stand up and to say, Prime Minister, make your choice. You will not have a Stormont to implement your protocol if you persist with it. And that's the leverage that collectively we have. And that's the leverage we must exercise. You too have leverage. You too have a voice. Your vote on Thursday is your voice. It is imperative that we send a message of unrelenting opposition to this iniquitous protocol to London, to Brussels, to Dublin, by demonstrating that unionists will not put up with this partitioning of the United Kingdom. And therefore you have a perfect opportunity on Thursday to speak on this issue, to speak with strength on this issue. And it is important that every unionist who cares about this province votes in strength, but not just votes in strength, but votes for strength, not weakness. And therefore I urge every one of us to do our duty this incoming week. Let this not be the generation that fails this union. Let us unitedly, determinedly, with the example of our forefathers, with the same conscientious determination flowing in the blood of our veins, let us say that we will never accept a protocol that partitions the United Kingdom and tells us that we are all but part of an all-Ireland. And make no mistake about it, that is what this protocol is about. It's about creating an all-Ireland economically. How do they do it? You make trade difficult with GB. You force business like water to find the easiest course. Therefore you build north-south business, north-south economy. You wean us away from GB. You cause us to look economically north-south by planting us annexed into the EU. And when you've created an all-Ireland economically, then they think it is a short step from that to a political all-Ireland. And that is the evil intent and purpose of this malignant, malicious protocol. And that's why no unionist worthy of the name can do other than say, upon this protocol, we will not accept, we will not lie down under it, we will not have it rule over us. And we are men and women as strong as those who preceded us, and we will defend our position in the United Kingdom. And that's why we're here today, to say clearly and plainly that as unionists, we've nothing left to give. We've had enough. The fight back starts now. Make Thursday a big fight back day for the union. Thank you very much.